Hello everyone, welcome to Marketing 45 for Advertising and Promotion. This is a review for your exam 1. Yeah, review for exam 1, which covers chapters 1 through 5. Chapters 1 through chapter 5. Okay. All right, let's see what we have covered in the first 5 chapters. You should make, as I said, there will be 50 multiple choice questions, or multiple choice questions, and you have exactly 60 minutes to take and finish. And once you start, you cannot stop. You have to continue until it's finished. Okay. The test will open on the day of the exam in the wee hours and will stay open for 48 hours for 2 days, and close at the end of the day on the second day, day 2. So please arrange your time to take it. Okay. All right. In chapter 1, we talk about the advertising promotion, and you know what is done traditionally. Media advertising, sales promotion were dominant forms of marketing communications. Right? There is a shift from traditional media to digital formats. I'm sure you're familiar with that. You have experienced that. You have witnessed that. And in digital formats, there's online search, paid search, and mobile marketing. Okay? Advertising is more global and more digital. Okay? And this is the AMA definition, marketing, right? Make sure you know that. Okay? It's going to be in your test. Okay? And marketing, what the marketing is about, okay, is the key, the central theme is about exchange. Okay? Exchange something of value, and there's a desire and ability to give up to the other party, and there is way to communicate with each other to facilitate change. Okay? And then if exchange of value is marketing, so what is a value? What is value? This customer's perception of the benefit of the product or service against the cost of getting that. Okay? The benefits can be functional, experiential, or psychological. Okay? You know that. And the marketing, the 4 P's of marketing: product, price, place, and promotion. Place, of course, is a channel of distribution. Channel of distribution is the place, 4 P's. Okay? And the challenges in MC, right? Proliferation of non-traditional media, changing consumer behaviors, right? And consumers are less responsive to advertising. Right? There are ad blockers in digital advertising, and there is change, continuing marketing revolution, and a change of rules in marketing. So those are all challenges impacting IMC process. Okay, the role of branding. Make sure you know what is brand identity. Okay, what is brand identity? What's brand equity? Okay, brand identity, brand equity. And this one shows the promotional mix. I need you to know and understand and remember every one of them. Okay? If you are, once you get out of here with a marketing degree, and your new employer asks you, well, I have a product or service I want to promote or market. What are the tools you can tell me to use? You're the marketing student, right? You need to immediately come up with these tools, right? These are all the tools in the promotional mix: advertising, direct marketing, digital, internet marketing, sales promotion, publicity, PR, and personal selling. Yeah? These should be in your mind, okay? In your mind constantly. And then advertising. Definition of advertising is a paid non-personal communication. Okay, why is non-personal? Okay, because it involves mass media. Okay, you should know that. And there are different classifications of consumer markets advertising: national, retail advertising, or local advertising. Okay, we talk about that. And then there's a primary versus selective demand advertising. What's its primary demand versus selective demand? Okay? Primary demand for a general product class or the entire industry. Selective demand is the demand for a specific company's brand, right? One company, right? And also, as to classify business markets, we have B2B advertising, advertising towards professionals, right? Accountants, lawyers, doctors, dentists, right? There's also trade advertising about channel members, trade. Okay? And direct marketing, another tool for IMC is direct marketing. Okay? You should know what is database management, direct selling, telemarketing, also direct response advertising. What is direct response advertising? Okay. And then in digital internet marketing, interactive media, social media, mobile marketing. You should know all these concepts here, okay, clearly. And then the interactive nature of digital advertising. Okay, you can target specific customer segments and more precise. Okay, sales promotions. Okay, what's sales promotions? Yeah, it involves sales force, distributors, ultimate consumers. The goal in sales promotion is stimulate immediate sales. Immediate sales, the goal of sales promotion. Okay? Advertising also can help sell products, right? But it's not for immediate sales. It's rather for long-term sales. Okay? Publicity. What is publicity? It's non-personal communication about the company, product, service. Right? Is not paid for or run under identified sponsorship. Basically, the media, mass media, the media companies did that for you, did that on you. The advantage, highly credible, low cost or no cost. Disadvantage, not under your control. Oftentimes, if you're in the news, it's probably because you have some negative news, right? Negative stories, and could be very damaging. That's when you need to initiate your PR department to do some remedial activities to remedy the situation. Personal selling. What is personal selling? Person-to-person communication. Seller attempts to assist or persuade buyers to purchase, to act on something. Okay? And there's immediate and precise feedback. You can tailor your message, adapt message to a customer's specific needs. That's one huge advantage of personal selling. Touch point, the concept of touch point. Every opportunity a customer has to see or hear about your company or your brand, or have an encounter or experience with it, is a touch point. Touch point. You and a customer touches, right? Or your product touches the customer. It could be company created touch point, could be intrinsic, or it could be unexpected, or customer initiated. Okay, make sure you know that. This is the summary of the overall IMC audience contact tools. Okay? This is a good slide to remember. Okay? These are the contact tools you have to reach your target audience. You can use the broadcast media, TV, radio, print media, papers, magazines, PR publicity, digital media, digital, internet, social media, mobile. You can use direct marketing. You can use sales promotion. You can use product placement, and branded entertainment. Okay? You can sponsor events, all right? You can use word of mouth, viral marketing, okay? Use a point of purchase, POP, and point of purchase, or point of sales, POS, displays, packaging. You can use personal selling, and out-of-home media, okay? And also the touch, remember for the different touch points, the control versus impact, right? When your ability to control and influence is low, and the impact is actually high, when it's unexpected, for example. From unexpected to customer initiated to intrinsic to company created, you can see the ability to control and influence going higher and higher, but the relative impact is getting lower and lower. Okay? There's an inverse relationship here. Also, what's a paid medium? What's owned medium? What's earned medium? Okay, you understand that. Paid advertisement. Owned, what you can control. Earned, your customer or medium become the channel. So, okay. Marketing plan. What is in the marketing plan? Okay, the different elements. Okay, you can do a group advertising plan. I want to use this guideline. Okay, that's chapter 1. In chapter 2, we talk about the role of IMC in the marketing process. Okay, in the marketing process, you start with the marketing strategy analysis. You choose your target market. Okay, you develop your marketing program, right? Of the 4 P's, okay? And then you promote to the final buyer, okay? And towards your ultimate target market, okay? That's the marketing promotion process model, okay? The process again is identify the market with unfulfilled needs, determine your segment, select a target, select segment, position through marketing strategies. Okay? Segmentation. How do you divide marketing into different segments, smaller segments, right? You can do behavior segmentation. Their behavior, right? 80-20 rule. Okay? 20% of buyers account for 80% of sales volume. So treat those 20% buyers, nicely. Okay? Benefit segmentation. You can group consumers based on the basis of the attributes sought in the product. What kind of attributes, what kind of benefit do they seek, right, in the product? Also, as to how to select your target market, you can use undifferentiated marketing, differentiated marketing, and concentrated marketing. Okay, undifferentiated, just one product service to entire market. Differentiated, several strategies for different segments. Concentrated, capture a large share of one market segment. So you know the concepts and the differences, right? Repositioning, okay? Sometimes you have to reposition your product. And product decisions, product symbolism, right? What does a brand or product mean to the consumers? What consumer experience in purchasing and using a product, okay? Product planning, okay? Product planning. Branding, okay? Brand awareness and brand interest and attitudes, develop attitude, enhance attitude toward the brand, product and brand. Build relationship with the customer and brand, okay? Make them brand loyalty, okay? The 2 terms here, brand identity, name, logo, symbol, design, packaging, image, all part of the brand identity. Brand equity, what's brand equity? Intangible assets of added value to the brand, okay? Pricing decisions. Price decisions, that's what it is, what affects price, cost, demand, competition, value, quality, advertising. Okay? Distribution channels, right? Marketing channels, the direct channels, right? Direct channels, right? And when do you use direct channels? Okay, when you're selling expensive and complex products, you probably want to go with direct channels. Indirect channels, okay? Network wholesalers or retailers, okay? Right. Push strategy versus a pull strategy. Push versus pull, okay? Two strategies, right? In push, you persuade the resellers, channels. You push it through the channel, okay? You use trade advertising to do that. That's push, okay? Pull strategy, you target, ultimate consumer. You create demand in ultimate consumer and encourage them to request from produce a product from the retailer, from the channel. That's a pull strategy. You pull them through the channel, basically, right? That's chapter 2. In chapter 3, we talk about how you organize your advertising. We talk about ad agencies and other communication organizations, right? These are the participants in the IMC process. You have the advertiser, agency, media organizations, marketing communication specialty organizations, and collateral services. Okay, the different roles they play, right? They're all part or participants in the integrated marketing communication process. Okay, advertisers or clients, you have something, you have product, service, you have money, you spend money to pay for this, and you need to develop a plan, your marketing plan. Ad agency specializes in creation, production, and placement of the ad for you. Okay, they may facilitate the integrated marketing communications process. Okay, but they focus on the advertising. Ad agency of record. What is agency of record? AOR. Okay, they are primarily responsible for the service. Okay, media organizations, all the media, right? Specialized marketing communication services. They do direct marketing, sales promotions, digital interactives, and PRs. Okay, collateral services. Okay, by support functions used by the advertisers and agencies. Okay. In-house agencies. Yeah, in-house agency is set up. The agency is set up, owned, and operated by the advertiser company. Advertising the company has the in-house agency. Okay, and those are downsides or upsides of that. Okay, it may not be a very objective, but could be cost effective, and you have good control. Okay? So these are the comparisons of different organizational systems in advertising. You can have a centralized system, you have decentralized system, or in-house agencies. Okay? So you understand all these here. Okay? Ad agencies. There are what ad agency is, what they're doing, what they're responsible for, and they're super agencies. What are super agencies? Super agencies. Okay? There are full service agencies. Okay? Full service agencies, they perform everything. Right? There are account services. Right? It's a link between agency and the clients. And what is account executive? Account executive. Right? Yeah. And in marketing services companies, right? There's a research department that's research account planners, and media department just focus on the media. Okay? There's a creative services, right? Creative services, that's the key central part of the ad agency, right? They're responsible for the creation and execution. They have copywriters come up with the ideas, conceive ideas of ads, headlines, subheads, body of copy. Okay? Art department make the responsible for the look. Right? Production department could be printers, engravers, other suppliers. There's a traffic department coordinates all phases of production. Okay? Creative boutiques. Okay? What does creative boutique do? Right? Boutique, these are small ad agency that provide only creative services. That's what they're good at. Okay, they turn out very quick. We have great idea, big ideas, marvelous ideas. Okay? Then there's some agencies, special services, special media specialist companies. They specialize in buying, right? Media buying. Okay? And agency compensation. How do you pay ad agencies? There's the fee arrangement, fixed fee method, or a fee commission combination. Okay? You should understand that. There's a cost plus systems, the cost plus a margin, or incentive-based compensation. Yeah, compensated about above their basic cost if they achieve or exceed results as measured by agreed upon metrics based on their performance. So, and why do agencies gain or lose clients? Okay. They lose clients because of many things. Should I understand that? Losing clients. How do they gain clients? To gain clients, referrals, PR, solicitations, reputations, etc. And direct marketing agencies. Okay? Direct marketing agencies. There's a sales promotion agency, just on sales promotions, and PR firms. Yeah, PR firms. And and digital agencies. The newest one is digital agencies. Okay. On web design, development, apps, search engine optimization, banner ads, video, mobile, social media campaigns. That's what they do. Yeah. That's chapter 3. In chapter 4, we talk about the perspectives on consumer behavior. Consumer behavior. What is consumer behavior? Okay. Whole process, searching for product information, selecting, purchasing, using, evaluating, and disposing of the product. Okay, that's all part of the consumer behavior. Okay, how do consumers make decisions? Right? There's a problem recognition, search for information, evaluate alternatives, make purchase decision, post-purchase, they still do evaluation. Okay, there's a relevant internal psychological process that accompanies this decision-making process. Okay? Motivation corresponds to problem recognition. Information search corresponds to perception. Alternative evaluation, attitude formation. Purchase decision is because of the integration, did the integration to put everything together. Post-purchase evaluation, that's how we learn. Okay, we learn about the brand, the company, the product. Okay, problem recognition. Okay, what are the sources of problem recognition? Okay, and that's okay. Then motivations. Yeah, what is motives? Okay, factors that compel a consumer to take a particular action is our motive. Okay? Motives. Right? Maslow's theory of human motivation. Okay, low-level physiological and safety needs to higher order needs. Okay, and psychoanalytic theory, right? Motivation research, which, examining how consumers are motivated. Okay? And the methods to probe the mind of consumers. What is the in-depth interviews? Projective techniques, association tests, and focus groups. You've heard a lot more about focus groups, but there are other methods that can be used to probe the mind of the consumer. Okay? And examine the consumer motivations. There are problems with the psychoanalytic theory and motivation research. Okay? There are criticism on that. Okay? You know them. And there are contributions of that, though. Psychoanalytic theories, motivation research, information search, okay, in consumer decision-making process, the search. Perception. What is perception? And perception depends on internal factors and the characteristic of a stimulus. Right? And perception, interpreting information, we as human being, we have selective perception. Sometimes we do selective perception, okay? And also we could engage in selective exposure. We choose whether or not to make ourselves available to the information. Okay? And also we choose to focus attention on certain things. So we have selective attention, okay? Selective exposure, selective attention, right? Selective comprehension, and selective retention. Okay, we have selective comprehension. This I choose what do we try to understand or interpret, and selective retention. We choose what to remember. Okay, you may not remember everything, right? Mnemonics. What is mnemonics? Symbols, rhymes, association, image that help you with learning and memory. Okay, that's called mnemonics. Subliminal perception. What is subliminal perception? You perceive stimulus below the level of conscious awareness, below the level of the threshold of awareness. There's some ethical implications here, of course, okay? But advertisers do use subliminal perception. Alternative evaluation stage in the consumer decision making. We evaluate different alternatives, comparing different brands. What is evoked set? Evoked set, okay? It's a subset of all brands which consumers are aware when they need, right? That comes the set that comes to mind, the brand that comes to mind. Also, top of mind awareness. Yeah, top of mind awareness is what advertisers strive to do, right? To create top of mind awareness of my brand in the minds of consumers. Attitudes. What is attitude? We form in the consumer decision making process. We form attitude towards brand, the company, the product. Right? Attitude is a learned predisposition to respond to an object. Okay, remember, it's learned. You're not born with an attitude. You learn that. It's learned predisposition. Okay, it could be a negative or positive feelings. Right? It also has behavior tendencies because we have the attitude. We tend to do certain things in a certain way. Okay, buy certain things, not other things. Multi-attribute attitude model. Multi-attribute attitude model. I'm sure you know that. Now, what is the salient beliefs? Salient beliefs. Okay. Attitude change strategies. How do you change a consumer's attitude? How do you change somebody's attitude? Okay. You can change the strengths of belief rating of a brand on an important attribute. You can change consumers' perception of the importance of the attribute. You can add new attributes, right? You can change the perception of belief ratings of a competing brand. And then you can change their attitude. Okay? Purchase intention, right? What's purchase intention? Brand loyalty. What's a brand loyalty? Right? What kind of brand equity, brand identity, and brand loyalty. Okay, I need you to be able to fluently use these concepts. Okay, know the concepts and use the concepts. Post-purchase evaluation. Okay, what is cognitive dissonance? What is a cognitive dissonance? The psychological tension experienced after a difficult purchase choice. Okay? And sometimes the advertisers need to reassure, post-purchase communication is important to reinforce their wisdom of decision. I'll help them settle down. Okay? No regret. Okay? Behavior approach. learning. Yeah, learning occurs. How do consumers learn? Right, learning occurs as a result of responses to external stimuli in the environment. There is a psychoanalytical process. It's a classical conditioning, and a conditioned stimulus elicits a conditioned response. Okay, that's classical conditioning, and there's also the instrumental conditioning. Instrumental conditioning, or called operant conditioning. That's when learning occurs when the individual actively operates or act on some aspect of the environment. We also learn something. It's called instrumental conditioning or operant conditioning. Okay? Reinforcement. Right? That's a reward or favorable consequences associated with particular response. Okay? Reinforcement. In operant conditioning, you can do schedules of reinforcement. You can do continuous, or you can do partial or intermittent ones. Okay. Make sure you understand what is shaping. Shaping. Yeah. Shaping is a reinforcement of successive acts that lead to desired behavior pattern or response. It's called shaping. Okay. Cognitive learning theory, yes, that's a long mental process of underlying consumer decision making. Okay. And also there are environmental influences on consumer behavior. Culture is one, subculture, and also social class, upper, middle, lower social classes at the broad levels in the United States. Okay. Reference group. What is reference group? The groups whose presumed perspective or values are being used by individuals as a basis for judgment, opinion, or actions. Okay. The three different type of reference groups: associative groups, the one you belong to; aspirational group, the one you want to join in the future; and dissociative group that you want to leave, stay away from. Okay. Situation determinants, make sure you read them. Family decision process, make sure you know what's the initiator in family, initiator, information provider, influencer, decision makers, purchasing agent, and consumer. Okay. That's in chapter 4. In chapter 5, we talk more on the communication process itself. Okay. What is communication? Passing information along, exchange ideas. There's a sender to receiver, and whether you can succeed in communicating depends on many factors. Okay, language is a barrier. Okay, this is the model of communication process: source, sender, to encoding, to channel and message, to decoding, to receiver. Right? There's a field of experience of the sender and field experience of the receiver. Then there's a noise, there are always noises, and there is the feedback and response loop here. Okay, that's the model of communication. Source, encoding. Okay, so you know that message itself. Okay, the channel, or there is a non-personal channel or mass media, and mass media like broadcast, print, and broadcast and print mostly, yeah. And the internet is both personal and non-personal form of communication. Then there's a personal channel, non-personal and then personal. Personal channel, word of mouth channel. What is the word of mouth? WOM. And what's the buzz marketing? Buzz marketing, you want to generate positive buzz about your company or product. And viral marketing. Excuse me. Viral marketing. Okay. What is the seeding? Right? Seeding. Right? And the influencer marketing. What is influencer marketing? Okay. social media influencers. Who are they and what are they doing? You can do. On the receiver decoding process, okay, make sure you know what is the common ground, right? And what is the ageism in the industry? Noise, unplanned distortion, okay? Response and feedbacks, all in part of that. Okay? And target audience. What are the target audience? You analyze your receiver, right? The receiver of your persuasive communication. You need to have a target audience. Target audience from the biggest, that's mass market, everybody, right? And then to market segments, smaller groups. Market niche, even smaller, right? To groups, right? And then to individuals. That's the ultimate segment. Segment of one. Segment of one, or one person, one consumer is your ultimate segmentation, individual. Right? Yeah, there's a level of audience aggregation for mass market, to segments, to niche, to individual or groups. Okay. How do consumers respond to advertising or persuasive messages? There are traditional response hierarchy models. AIDA model, AIDA model, innovation adoption model, hierarchy of effects model. If you understand all this, the differences here, okay, all in your test. Okay. And the hierarchy of effects model, how the hierarchy correspond to the stages, in consumer behavior, cognitive, affective to behavioral. Okay. And there are alternative response hierarchies. Okay, response hierarchies. Traditional models go through the basic stage, 3 stages: cognitive, affective, and behavioral. Okay. Okay. Also, in the alternative response hierarchies, there are 2 situations: low involvement versus high involvement. Right? Low involvement versus high involvement. Okay? And then we talk about social consumer decision journey. In social networking, in social marketing, social media marketing, the consumers go through a decision journey somewhat different. Right? So that's consumer decision making, right? This is the journey the consumers go through in their social decision making using social media. Goes through. They start consider, evaluate, buy, experience, advocate, and bonding. Okay, eventually bonding. Okay. And cognitive response approach, the processing of communications. Okay. This is exposure for advertisement to have product message thoughts, or source-oriented thoughts, or execution thoughts. That's the cognitive responses. Okay. And then there's attitude formation stage. They form the attitudes towards the brand or towards the advertisement itself. Okay. Then they make the decisions to have purchase intention. Okay. Purchase intention. That's the cognitive response approach. Okay. As to the product message thoughts, remember we talked about the counter arguments versus support arguments. What is the counter arguments? Right? That's the thoughts opposed to your position, negative. Yeah. Support arguments, the thoughts they have, the recipient has, is to affirm the information. Okay, that's positive, right? Positive thoughts. Okay? Counter arguments versus support arguments. As to source-oriented thoughts, the thoughts about your source or a spokesperson, right? There could be source derogations and derogations or source boosters. Source boosters, either negative and one side, the other is a positive. Okay. And then there are execution thoughts, execution sort of related thoughts, right? And also the attitude toward the ad itself. Okay. And this we talk about elaboration, likelihood model of persuasion. Elaboration, likelihood model of persuasion. This is very important. Make sure you understand the whole process, right? Starting with the persuasive communication and how are consumers motivated to process it? Yes or no? And do they have the ability to process? Yes or no? And the nature of their cognitive processing. Okay? Do they come up with the favorable thoughts or unfavorable thoughts? And then how do their cognitive structure change? Right? Are new cognitions adopted or put in their memory, or different responses made more salient than previously? Okay? So the end result is either enduring positive attitude change, they're persuaded, or enduring negative attitude change, they're not persuaded. Okay? So this is an elaboration likelihood model of persuasion, ELM. Then we talk about in ELM and elaboration likelihood model, we talk about the two roots of attitudinal change. How do they change? We change our attitude either through a central route to persuasion or to peripheral route to persuasion. Advertisers make use of that, both of them, in their advertisement design. Okay, what is central route to persuasion? That's when our ability and motivation to process is high, okay? And they pay attention to the message content. Okay? Central route. When our ability and motivation to process a message, to understand the advertising message is low, we focus on the peripheral cue. Peripheral cue. That's called peripheral route of persuasion. Okay? So they don't focus on the message itself, but on other things. Maybe a beautiful person, on the ad. Okay? That's peripheral cue. Okay? So the implication also consumers' level of involvement is important. Are we highly involved in this ad, or are we low involvement in the ad? Okay. High involvement, the ad should contain strong arguments that are difficult to refute. Okay. Low involvement, use peripheral cues are more important. Okay. So this ties to the route to persuasion, central or peripheral. Okay. So that's ELM model. Okay. And let's see. And finally, that's how advertising works. This is how the framework of how advertising works. Right? Start from advertising input, the message, the content, and scheduling your media, and repeat your media advertising. Okay, and then we have to go. The message, the input has to go through many filters. Right? Are they motivated? Do they have the ability? Is it a low involvement or high involvement product? Right? Go through all the filters, and they reach the consumer. Right? They started their cognitive process, maybe affect change. They have some experience about it, and that then leads to consumer behavior, the choice of brands, or the consumer use of product, right? And then after that, they develop a loyalty or habit of using that or not. So this is a framework of understanding how advertising works. Okay, so that's all I have for these first five chapters. There will be 50 again. There will be 50 multiple choice questions for you to take in your first test. Okay, I want to say good luck. Okay, good luck. We all do well in the first test. Bye.